Hello, I'm Brad Grass, and I have had the honor of working with maxTV from the very beginning. 10 years ago, SaskTel launched a new service with a new channel dedicated to Saskatchewan people. maxTV Local On Demand has sent cameras to all four corners of this province to share the people and communities that make it one of a kind. Our immense landscapes and harsh climates have quilted together a unique people whose individual cultures combine together to create a tapestry of art, music, food, sport, and tradition. It has been an incredible journey.
I had to get off this plane in this huge city that I didn't realize was that big. This airport was ridiculously huge. I'm really scared to see what happened to those wings. I'm just losing my mind.
So do you feel kind of relieved?
Yeah, because it's exactly how I brought it to the airport. So, yay, we're here. Woohoo! Happy, happy, happy.
UFE believes in giving everyone an outlet to showcase themselves. So we've got different categories for women and men. It welcomes different body types. It welcomes different styles of presentation. Of course, it's a fitness competition. So all these categories require fitness, from the bodybuilders that want to be big and huge, to the women that just want to look great and healthy. That would be the bikini category. There's also a lot of people that are doing this to prove to themselves they can do it or to overcome something. So whether it's, they were obese as a teenager, maybe it's they've gone through some terrible personal issues. Yeah, we had a woman with stage 4 cancer. She didn't overcome it, she has it, and decided that this was going to be her outlet to show that, my body can still accomplish what I set my mind to.
The dogs come first. Before they eat, before they have a coffee, before they go pee, they make sure their dogs are taken care of.
Taken off with 12?
Yes.
Iditarod qualifier Lisa gets her dogs ready to go. She has been ready for a while, but is not allowed to leave until a vet check is done on her team. The rescue has slowed down her momentum.
Rotten night on the ice last night. Got lost for 2.5 hours, but they're happy. But they're all pointing the wrong direction because I haven't put their tugs on. If I put their tugs on, we're leaving. Oh my God, everything's broken. Everything's chewed. Everything's done. I have no more left. I'm not looking now. It's going to take me a long time to fix all this.
Because of the long wait, Lisa's dogs have become antsy, and her worst nightmare has come to fruition. Her dogs have chewed and destroyed the tug lines, and she may be forced to scratch the race. The other mushers come to Lisa's aid.
These people are in competition and they're racing against each other. And they'll do anything to help each other out.
In a flourish of powdery snow, her team takes off at full speed to the next check stop.
The book is a co-creation between me and the person reading it. And so if I give just enough information, then I trust that my reader can do the rest of the work and make those people come alive. I look up about an hour later to see Martin Fields sitting by the window, staring out, his cell lying in front of him. He catches my eye and says,
"Hey, hi, Lark. Whoa, cool hair."
I touch my bob lightly. I'm getting used to it. I know Suzanne's been in touch, but I want to say thank you too. Suzanne sent me flowers the day after the accident and a card made by Annabelle. The flowers are in my bedroom, all of those petals drying. Martin jumps up and reaches out to shake my hand. He's one of those cool, hip dads with his hoodie and jeans.
I only did what anyone would.
Yeah, but you're the one who did it. And Suzanne told me that it was Annabelle who wanted to come and find you. She's the one who has to go through the reeds. She shouldn't have. The canoe tipped and...
He shakes his head. Alec, right? I'm sorry he's still... Have you seen him? I've called a few times. There's no change. His parents don't want visitors yet. Only family. I shrug, trying to disguise that I'm hurt and frustrated.
Bar is loaded for Tammy.
I love it. The people are great. Very accepting. They show you everything. We walked in knowing absolutely nothing because bodybuilding and powerlifting are totally two different animals. When I started bodybuilding with my husband, it actually helped my fibromyalgia. I stopped taking all medications Like my working out, in a sense, is my medicine. It stops the aching, not completely, but it takes probably 90% of my aches and pains away every day. The days I don't work out, I feel it more.
This is a provincial open record attempt. So she is a Master 2, like I said, 54 years old, but she's attempting a 57.5 provincial record opening attempt.
You know, I started when I was 51, and you're never too old. You're never too old. And you will never know your limits until you push your limits.
Easy lifting opening attempt, new open provincial record.
Don't ever let anybody say you can't. Prove them wrong.
That was an easy lifting provincial record. Referees say
So one night we went over to my grandparents' house in Regina and we had supper there. My mom said, "Oh, Megan has some news to tell you." And I said, "All right, this summer I registered to attempt the English Channel." And then he told me his story about how he was there and how he was standing on Cape Grenade and how he saw the White Cliffs of Dover.
I was an infantryman. I served with the Royal Regina Rifles in World War II. And we landed with the 3rd Canadian Infantry Division on beaches in Normandy in June 1944. Then we went to Cape Grenade, and that's where Hitler had his what they call buzz bombs. And he was firing these rockets over into England and causing havoc, you know. We had quite a scrap. It was quite a fight, you know. The Germans put up a good fight, but we prevailed and we got there. And I can remember it was a beautiful day, and we stood there and looking across the channel. There was those beautiful White Cliffs of Dover. You've heard the song, "Bluebirds Over the White Cliffs of Dover." And I made the joke to this guy I was with. I said, "Johnny, think we could swim this?" But never ever thinking in my wildest dreams that some 70 years later, I'd have a granddaughter cross that channel.
And I kept swimming, and I remember this moment where my pilot said, "All right, take a little swig of water. Gary is going to hop on the little boat behind us, and he's going to follow you into shore." And he went over the procedure saying, "You know, if anything happens, you know, this is a signal to give, and then we'll come out and we'll help you." So I remember swimming, and I was like, okay, I'm almost there. And I almost didn't want to finish it too fast. I wanted to take it all in and just like slowly make my way to shore. And I remember just this big push of the wave pushing me towards the rocks, and I hit the rocks, and I was just surprised because I thought I had more to go.
Come on, Megan. Come on, Megan. She's starting to climb to the rocks. She's out of the water. She's done.
Eventually I stood up and the horn was honking, saying time was done, you completed it. And it was just, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know whether to scream, whether to raise my hands in the air, whether to throw sand. I was just excited.
Yay! There she is!
The aircraft is being flown by the incoming commanding officer of 417 Squadron, Aircraft Commander Captain Alexia Shore, along with her co-pilot Captain Rob Hanlon, Flight Engineer Sergeant Steph Shampansky, and Search and Rescue Technician Sergeant Steph Richard.
We're based out of Cold Lake, Alberta, with 417 Combat Support Squadron, and our primary role is to be on standby every time the jets are flying. So we have the Hawks and the F-18s there. Every time they're flying, in case they eject, we have to be on 1 hour standby to go and pluck them out of the bush. So we can just hover over the trees, lower down our search and rescue technician, hook them up and bring them back to the helicopter and fly back to the hospital. The machine doesn't fly with just one person. We have the other pilot and then also the flight engineer in the back controlling the hoist. And he also cons the aircraft. So he tells the aircraft, move left to, move up to, and he tells us where to go to make the rescue a success. So if there's a Canadian anywhere, the SARTEC can get to them.
As she bows to you, here she goes now and heading off to the other side. Alexi and the rest of her crew from 417 Squadron in the Griffin helicopter.
Well, Jay's an amazing artist and obviously really a legend in Saskatoon music. He's a friend of our family. We know him through my friend Brianna Burt, who I grew up singing with in Fireside Singers. That is Jay's niece.
My niece, Grace Semko, is involved this year, which is really cool. And, you know, it's just part of being involved. I haven't done that for a little while. Many times when I do charity events, oftentimes it's just roll in and roll out. Like you show up and play a couple of songs or something and then you're gone. And we're not. I've got the shirt. Part of the whole clan here, part of the group. So it's pretty cool.
None of us can choose the cards that we're dealt. We play with the hand we have, and we make the very, very best of it. And while it can be a struggle some days, it can always be worse. And the way I look at things is together we're better. The more we can increase awareness of this illness and all other illnesses, then the more people can understand how it impacts the life of many people in this country and what they go through.